Guys, welcome to challenge 3 of the Young Artist Showcase. Congratulations for making it this far. I know it's not easy. I know it's rough. Let me introduce myself. I'm Adam Blake. I am a choreographer for Disney on Ice, for Ice Cold Combos, for Wolfsburg, international and national competitors, and I've actually worked with a whole bunch of you guys. And so I've worked with you guys, and I'm becoming a huge fan of your guys' choreography. So really well done. And I'm also the winner of Young Artist Showcase 2. So yeah, I know how this process goes. So, and I know it can be really tough and really, it can be a lot, but you guys are doing really great. And I'm excited to get started on judging you guys. So a couple of things. So to get started, this is my process of how I sort of judge. So I usually watch the videos 3 times. The first time that I watch it on purely entertainment value. I don't look for scoring. I don't look for anything like that. I look for whether or not I enjoyed it and whether or not if it caught me, or if I view it like I'm watching a show. The second time I'm watching it more critically. I'm actually taking notes, and this is where I'm starting to view into, okay, how did we approach the challenge? How did we approach the required assignment? And then the third time I look over it after I've given my marks and given everything, just to sort of, make sure that everything is the way that I originally saw it, and see if I missed anything. And yeah, and sometimes the scores change on my third viewing, but yeah, so that's how it goes. The main thing that I'm looking for, the big word that you're gonna see right here is, did the blades get cold? So you guys were assigned to have skates in different places on your body, in using different appendages. You have 4, why not add a skate to it? I think this is an incredible challenge. I think it's absolutely amazing. Why not think about why not? But my question is, did you guys use it? Did you guys utilize it to its full capacity? One of the ways that you can tell is if the blades got cold, like during the number. If you can watch a number and notice if the blades are getting cold with the contact with the ice, with the in utilizing it, in using the blades in a way that blades can be used, either for slashing, chopping, all that stuff, like Vashti did, or you can use it in a way of manipulating ice skating. So that's what I'm looking for. Did the blades get cold? That's for me, that's the assignment. So yeah, here we go. Let's go straight into it. And and then the scores will be here. Your video is going to be up here this way. Scores will be here. Yeah. All right, cool. So Vashti, hi, how are you? Really well done. What I want to open with is, editing is a required skill now. Knowing how to edit a video and how to edit well is a really great skill. You have a very good handle on it. It's like it gave me trailer John Chu vibes. I was watching, an action trailer, which was really cool. I loved the opening. The duo work was awesome. It set a tone. I loved how you used the skate as a weapon, which was really cool. It was a really great take on it. You saw the assignment and you're like, okay, this is how I'm going to run with it. And you made it like Blade Runner, which is awesome. The boy, your skaters are very talented. I really enjoyed watching them. Like they're great. The reverse segment, I feel like it went on for a little bit. I feel like the reverse segment was cool. One of the things that a lot of people are doing, which is cool, is that they start it in, because you can tell if it's in reverse. You can start it in reverse and then play back through or something like that. It just went on for a little bit long. That's just one of my critiques there. We lost the music in the middle. The very beginning was shing, like, you lined up everything and everything was really cool within that. However, once we started getting into sort of the middle part, we sort of lost the music and we sort of lost where that was, where the connection was with that. And then I wrote, where did Miss Skatey Hands go? So I was wondering where your girl went. However, on my third time watching it, I sort of realized that okay, it's first person, you know, so that it is that her character has gone away and she is now the one that's fighting him, and that you're that, like, the viewer is now the girl. I wish I could have gotten that earlier, because I did get that later. I got that on my third viewing. But I wish I'd gotten that sooner. If there was like a transition that you could have made to where it's like, you know, go in on her and then she's like, and like go in and then she's like face to face with him. So now you know that it's her that's fighting him, that it's a first person POV. Yeah. Let's see. I felt you were going movie trailer route, and I loved it. The only thing is that the fight was good. The fight was really, really good. There was one moment where she is on, like, she goes into the cantilever and then she goes on her butt and then she does this. I'm wondering what that was. What was the intention behind it? Like, was he coming for a chop? Was he coming, you know, like where like, I wanted to know what the intention behind it is. I always want to know what the intention is. Like, why did that happen? The ending was dope. I loved it. Loved that ending. It was great. It reminded me a lot of like an action movie sequence, and then the POV sort of reminded me of there's this movie that came out called Hardcore Henry, where it was like the first person action movie where it looked like you were the one that was doing the action stuff. It's pretty intense, and like I don't recommend it if anybody has epilepsy, but yeah, or if you're prone to motion sickness. But yeah, Hardcore Henry, like that's the vibes that I got when it was the first person stuff. But anyways, as far as score wise, I think he did great. Question from me: did the blades get cold? Absolutely, 100%. Blades were cold. Blades were hot, actually, like with all that like swiping and rah. Yeah, it was great. Well done. Cool. So blades got cold. So my score for you is an 11.5. Well done. And yeah, great job. Keep up the good work. All right, Paula. Hi, Paula. Good to see you moving and good to see you doing all that stuff. You've always been a creative, and I'm really, really happy to see you step into this. The opening was really meta. And when I say meta, I mean it in a way of like, it was very, I loved how you took the assignment and made it into your piece. Like, your piece was about you trying to figure out what this assignment was. I got that story immediately. I got it. I was like, you're trying to figure out this challenge. Like, I've got skates on my feet. Like, you know, like a young artist showcase told me to put skates on my feet. I have no idea what to do. And then your imagination just runs wild. The music edit, or the video editing, was incredible. It was spot on. It was exactly what I feel like, you know, since you got free reign to edit however you wanted, you took it and you ran with it, and I lived for it. It was great. Like, it was an incredible, it was work. It was a piece of work. The shapes were great. You played with so many different shapes. Like, I saw different what was it? Just different things. There were points where I forgot where your legs were and where your hands were, which was the point of the assignment, which was really, really cool. Like, you know, your blades were so cold by the end of it. Like, all the blades were touching, and it was really, really great. You know, I loved the storyline. You know, it was great. The overall, what was it? The piece in and of itself was really cool. Like, and I loved that you sort of let the story have no limit by it being what's going on in your imagination. You let the story run, which was awesome. One of the, like, very small things that you can do. When you transitioned into the imagination part, it was a spin, and so like the camera started spinning, and then it went into imagination. Ways that you can like sort of seamlessly do it is you can spin yourself, or the camera can start spinning around you, and then it goes up, because it went from stationary all of a sudden to fade into a spin. You know, like, there could have been a little bit more of a seamless transition into that. And also watch the editing watch the leveling on your music editing. Sometimes it's a little bit jarring, like sometimes. So like, just You know, these are all skills that now we as choreographers need. We need those video editing skills. We need those music editing skills. Like, you know, really like dive into the school of YouTube on how to like get those levelings right and how to make those crossfades work and all that. But yeah, overall great. It reminded me of like an old Mauro Bruni piece, which was really cool. Like, but you, like, the shapes were great. I loved the Vishnu section. Like I loved, like, yeah, you made me, there were points where I didn't know what were your legs and what were your arms, which was perfect. Absolutely amazing. So, Paula, were your blades cold? Did the blades get cold? Absolutely. 100%. You were great. I'm giving you a 13. Yay. Yay. Well done, Paula. All right. Cameron, you're killing it this season. You're absolutely killing it. I absolutely love it. The first thing that I wrote was, yes, cold blades. You started out with quadrupeds. So you created a universe of 4 foot or 4 foot creatures. 4 creatures on 4 feet, quadrupeds. I'm pretty sure that's the term. But yes, amazing. Your storytelling is on another level. You create a different universe every single time. You create a different language. You create different laws. One of the things that I liked about this was there was a law. Like, the law was that you guys were on 4 feet. That was your sort of motif, is that you're always on 4 feet. But you're kind of like breaking away from the group and being like, hey, look, I can be on 2 and I can do the little Squidward dance, you know, like that sort of a thing, which was really cool. And I loved it. I felt like this was kind of like a sort of evolution of, like, a very playful take of the evolution of man, sort of a thing. Like, you know, going from like walking on 4 appendages to starting to walk on 2. So I thought that was a really, really, really cool thing. So the playtime segment was really, really cool. I thought that they were super fun. Some of them hit the mark, but some of them, it became to where you were wearing the knife gloves, you know, and to where it was just, you know, you had knives on your hands, or you had skates on your hands, you know, like that sort of a thing. Where I get it, so that was kind of the point of the story of, like, you know, you went from quadruped to biped, you know, that sort of a thing. So, but you know, you want to, I still want, you know, the use of the blade on the ice, you know, and that was kind of what I was thinking. The cartwheel was really dope. Crab walking on the ice was awesome. And I loved the bookend. I thought it was really, really cool. Cam, I'm sort of like, I want to sort of give you this sort of title, like, I'm gonna label it right here, the Imprex of Whimsy, or the Monarch of Whimsy. You have whimsy down, just absolutely incredible. I love watching all of your numbers or all of your pieces, and they all have this element of whimsy that's just out of this world. So Cameron, I gave you a 13. Well done. Really, really great work. Like, I'm really becoming a huge fan of what you do. All right, cool. Moving on to Coral. Hi, Coral. Good to see you doing this. Like, I'm really, really happy about, like, you know, what was it? You getting out there and putting your stuff out there to be to the public. I think it's really, really great. Coral, I loved the geometric opening. It was a really, really great use of the trio. The trio shapes were really, really nice. I really enjoyed them. It reminded me of Doug Webster's Dare Greatly, which was a piece that Ice Theater of New York did, which was really, really cool. The opening pattern that you did with that little basket, or with the little weave, that reminded me of that piece, which was really cool. Here's the issue, though. The issue was that the blades were warm. They never touched the ice at all. It became the skate on the hand sort of became irrelevant. There was actually a whole minute that passed where you didn't interact with the skate on the hand, where it was just you guys were skating, and you guys were skating beautifully. There were use of cannons. There was use of things where you were skating together. The steps were very nice. However, there just wasn't any use of that skate that was on the hand. You could have done the skate without, or you could have done the piece without the skate on the hand, which is sort of what the assignment was about. The music as well was really building, and at the very end, and then it sort of ended abruptly. And so that was something as well that you really want to take into consideration of how your music is contributing to the piece, because it sort of ended abruptly in that way. So my thing, Coral, is just don't be afraid to be. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful skater. You're a beautiful aerialist. You're a beautiful choreographer, and you do beautiful things. But don't be afraid to get ugly. Don't be afraid to step into a zone that is completely out of your comfort zone, and to just get crazy with it. And you want to make sure that you're taking the assignment and doing and not just having the assignment there, but really taking advantage of it and creating something new and something different that the assignment's asking for. So with that, for me, I'm judging based off of the challenge, and if the challenge was met. And did the blades get cold? No, they didn't. They were pretty warm the entire time. So I give you a 7 for this challenge. But keep up the good work. And again, don't be afraid to get gritty. Get into it. Don't be afraid to be ugly. Yeah, like be uncomfortable. Put yourself into a situation that that feels weird, and then run with it. Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you very much, Coral. All right, Ryan. All right, man. Well done. Really, really, really well done. I loved the opening pictures. I wrote, yes, arched back. Like that arched back with the blades on the board, on the little mini boards was awesome. Was super cool. The symmetry was great. You started putting, once you started hitting the pictures with the blade on the ice, that was really, really cool. I'm screaming, work. Oh yeah, when you did that little back of the back, that thing, I got a little bit worried when you were doing that. I thought you were going to start forgetting about the skates on your hands, but then you started utilizing it. The blank screen in the middle sort of threw off the momentum just a little bit. So make sure that those editing transitions are nice and tight. Another editing note, the Squidward arms that you're doing, as the motif, I loved how you kept going back to it, but you can go back to it a little bit quicker so that we don't forget it. So an audience member, once you establish something and then you leave it for a little bit and then you go back to it and go back to it and go back to it, it's sort of, it's a little bit of a record skip. So if you're going to repeat that motif, repeat it a little bit tighter and then move on from there. There's this sort of magician's rule of 3. The first thing is to establish. Second time around is to sort of confirm it, and the third time is to change it. So for a magician, you have the from here 1, 2, 3, that sort of thing. That's kind of the idea of the magician's rule of 3. I loved the change in appendage configuration. You were the only one that explored not only skates on hands, but one skate on hand, one hand on skate. Jordan did that, but you were one of the few that did that, and I thought that was a really cool cool thing. There was a story there. I didn't know what it was, but I could tell that there was a story. There was a bookend. There were bookends to it, and I enjoyed it. And overall, big questions: were the skates cold? Yes, skates were cold. So I enjoyed it. It met the challenge. I was very happy. And so Ryan, I gave you an 11.5. All right, Jordan. Yes, indie film opening. I'm living for it. I'm living for the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind sort of opening with lying on the back, waking up and doing that whole thing. I loved the friendly caterpillar meet and then the pull away. That was cool. There were deliberate choices. there were deliberate choices out there. One of the things that was really, I didn't know what I was watching. Like, I had, but everything that you did, there was intention behind it. Like everything had a specific reasoning to it. You know, you ran with that full reign of what you were allowed to do, and so you did it, and you were just like, you know, like you threw everything to the wind, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want. And you did. And you did utilize the skates. You utilized them. You created pictures. You created different things that were, you know, that were cool. Although I had no idea what was happening, it sort of reminded me of, if you're watching Drag Race this season, Willow Pill, you know, where there's a bathtub and a toaster and spaghetti, and she's like shoving everything into the toaster, and then she just pops in. So, you know, I don't know, like, you know, but I felt it was intentional, which was really, really cool. Would I have liked to see a little bit more in regards to the skates? Yes, I would have liked to see a little bit more, like, as into what, like, using the propulsion and using the skates. The storyline and film wise, it was great. Just as far as the challenge goes, I just needed a little bit more from the obstacle in its way. But to be fair, you turned the obstacle into part of the story. So you turned that, hi Knox, you turned that into the story. Like the story was about the skates and all that. So it brought me into a little bit of a dilemma. And so, but yeah, anyways, did the skates get cold? Yes, they did. And for that, I'm going to give you an 11. And awesome. All right, cool. Well done, Jordan. You did great. And yeah. And again, everybody, well done. Keep continuing to push the boundaries. Keep pushing for through this. You guys are almost there. It's, you know, the end is in sight. I know it's like it's a huge task. Young Artist Showcase is no easy feat, and you guys are killing it. So well done. And I hope to see you guys continue to produce great work, and I'm becoming the biggest fan of all of you guys. So well done, and I will see you guys later.